Hey everybody, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, but this is Baird at 7:55. Today's challenge is to be a better communicator. That's what we're going to talk about today. So in the comments section below, when we are done the video, give me 2 ways that you are going to communicate better with other people, because communication is the blood flow, the lifeblood of how we do business, of how we get along in life, of how we can make our lives go more smoothly. So today I want to talk about communication. I want to give you 3 steps to being a better communicator. These are huge. This is important. I was terrible at these. I still have to work at this, and I'm sure you feel the same way about yourself. We can never, ever, ever be as good as we should be at communicating. And the reason is this. Here's the reason we're not that great at communicating. We'll go over that first, because I think that helps. If we know why we're not doing well at something, and this is just how humans are. This isn't about you. This is humans. If we know why we aren't good at something, that helps us to overcome it. So the reason we are not good with communicating is because, well, heck, we're more interested in ourselves than someone else, right? We all are. I don't care if you're Florence Nightingale. You are more interested in yourself than you are in other people. We all love to hear our name. We all love to hear our accomplishments espoused by ourselves or others. We throw them all up on Facebook all the time. We all do it. I do it. That's why we have trouble communicating, because it's about us. To communicate, we've got to flip that the other way around, and it's got to be about the other person. When we make things about the other person, when I make this video about you and helping you, you want to be more engaged. If it's about me, it's kind of boring. I lead a boring life. I talk too much. No fun. We want to make things about you, right? So you want to make things about the other person. When you are talking with someone, make it about them. So number 1, listen. That's the biggest thing that most of us fail at. Why do we fail? We think we're listening, but what we're really doing is conjuring up what we're going to say next. That's not listening. That's not being engaged. When you listen to someone, you're truly listening to them. You are truly interested in what they're saying, and you don't need to think of what you're going to say next, because it happens naturally based on the conversation you're having. Based on the information they give you, you become naturally curious about the next thing, and you don't have to think about what to say next. It's already there. It's part of the conversation. Think of your most engaged conversation and what that's like. That's what we're talking about. That's listening. That's truly listening with your heart and with your mind. Number 2, ask questions. If you simply make statements and tell people things, that's not communication. Ask questions. When you ask people questions, you are now showing interest in their life. And when people feel that you're interested in them, they're going to communicate more to you. So show interest in other people. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask probing questions. Not weird probing questions, but probing questions. They're telling you about maybe their job. Ask them how long they've been there, why they chose that job. Do they like their career? What took them on that path? Ask them a lot of questions, and when you do that, people will see that you're being sincere, and they'll feel, wow, this is a great guy, this is a great gal. They're interested in me. What a nice person. The next thing, the 3rd thing. So the first one is listen. The second one is ask questions. The 3rd thing, this one's pretty easy, them first. Put them first. It's not about your agenda. It's about their agenda. And if you want it to be about your agenda, then simply make your agenda their agenda. That makes life easy, doesn't it? So make it about them. Ask questions about them. Don't be quick to try to chime in and tell them things about you or successes that you have had. Ask things about them. And when they ask you questions back, this is key. This will take it to another level. When they ask questions back of you, give a quick answer and turn it right back into another question about them. When you do that, that will change everything, because even though they won't consciously be thinking, wow, Baird's just asked me another question about me. He didn't really care about answering his question. He did, that was interesting, but he asked more about me. That they're not going to be thinking consciously, but subconsciously they're going to have that feeling, wow, what a great guy, what a great gal. They're asking me more questions. They're really interested in me. You may walk away from that conversation with them never, ever getting one bit of information about you. They may not know your name, your kids, how many kids you have, where you went to school, what job you have, where you're from, or anything else about you. They may know nothing about you, but they'll walk away saying, that's a great person. That was a really cool person. They were so interested in what I had to say and about me. They were so interested in me. It was awesome. People love to talk about themselves. So if you want to communicate, if you want to connect with them, then all you need to do is show an interest in them so you can allow them to do the thing that they love the most, which is talk about themselves. That's what we talked about at the beginning, right? At the beginning I said we love to talk about ourselves. So leverage that fact by allowing others to talk about themselves and create an amazing relationship. So remember that challenge down below here. What are the 2 things you're going to do today, in the next week, in the next month, to improve your communication, to improve the way you connect with other people? That's our message for today. Remember, like bathing, motivation does not last. That's why we need to do both every day. This is Bear Jehanian saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again next time. Have a greater day, everyone.